There has been a lot of controversy about the Venus Project's concept of machine government. I want to try to answer some of those questions if I can. First of all, most people can't remember things like the early days of the Vikings. There were men rowing boats, and they were beaten sometimes, and sometimes they were not. Sometimes they used slaves to row boats. With the advent of machinery, it moves the boat much faster than people and doesn't hurt people. So it was not a machine takeover. The boats were operated by steam engines because they do a better job than people. People apparently cannot row a boat move a boat as fast as a steam engine. In the Volga River in Russia, people used to pull boats. They whipped the slaves and they pulled boats along the river. On both sides of the river they had ropes and they used to pull them. With the advent of the steam engine again, it freed the slaves. It wasn't that men freed slaves. Machinery frees the slaves. And I can assure you, if all the machines stopped in this country, we would use prisoners to work the roads like they do in the South. We would use people if the machines stopped. So people think there's too many machines in the world today. What they don't seem to understand is what machines do, they really don't know. And they project their own values into the Venus Project concept without asking us, do the machines make decisions? Does man participate? That's what they want to know. Man will participate until the machine surpasses his performance. And when the machine surpasses his performance, they will use machines. They always ask me, can a machine be more adequate than the designer? I know a team that work together on automobiles, and they can't run as fast as a car. Machines seem to always surpass the performance of the designer. A designer that designs machines with perfume in bottles filled with 100 spigots at once. Those bottles move by faster than any designer can move those bottles and fill them with perfume, milk, or soft drinks. And when they say, well, what will humans do? Humans today use machine guns, but they do waste a lot of bullets, even in war. I'm not upholding this, I'm just discussing it. And today they have a laser beam on the gun. And if the laser beam is on you and you pull the trigger, bullets come out. If it's off you, any day you pull the trigger, no bullets come out. Therefore, the Army installs that. It isn't a machine takeover. It's just that machines save a lot of bullets, if you're interested in that. I'm not interested in that, but I'm just telling you what machines do. Those of you that can go back in time by reading about the past, you'll find that people that operated elevators were unstable. The elevator was not able to stop exactly on the floor. It took a skilled elevator operator turning a crank to get to the floor. With the advent of sensitive technology, today you press 20 and the elevator stops on the 20th floor. It doesn't have to go up and down. When you say there's too many machines, I don't know what people are talking about. I really don't. I think that when they say, well, would there be a machine government? How can machine government feel for people? How can they feel empathy or warmth or love toward human beings? At least human beings in government are people with feelings. And if you put machines in, machines might decide to take over. This is what they fear. This is their own projections. Actually, guided missiles are guided by people. bombs are dropped over cities by people, although the machinery that holds the bomb is released by a person. People with machine guns kill people. Bombardiers and airplanes use instruments. Now there's an altimeter in the airplane that gives you your altitude, just how high you are above the ground. Humans are not that accurate. When they look out of an airplane, they can't tell you exactly how high they are. They can only give you an approximation. I'm about 2 miles off the ground. But an altimeter with radar can bounce on the ground and bounce back and give you your height. Not only that, from 3,000 miles out in space, we can photograph areas of the Amazon jungle. If the Earth turns under the satellite, we can photograph the whole world and see plant diseases all over the world. In one day, in 24 hours, computers and infrared cameras can show us the condition of all jungles and forests. It would take man a couple of years to go ahead and survey that, to go through the forest and say there's 4,000 acres of contaminated plants, where a satellite can do that. Did the satellite take the job away from people? No, it's been assigned that. In the very early days, men used to trade bushels of wheat for corn and other things. But the estimated weight of the guy that's selling the corn seemed to be a little heavier than what was in the bag. Human beings tend to take advantage of other human beings. That's why they sign contracts, because they really don't trust each other. If I say this is guaranteed for 5 years, you say sign on a dotted line. That means you don't take my word for it. People used to take a person's word for it, but people vary too much. And it seems that they tend to work in ways that serve their own individual interests. That's why you have a scale in the supermarket. You have a scale at the butcher shop. You put the chicken on it weighs 6 pounds, that's what you pay for.